People mistake the word feminist for womanizer. No, there's a difference. You know what I mean? Feminist is that you embody women. You agree to them being leaders. You agree to them. Like things like that. I mean, like I don't even want to go biblical or let me just leave it biologically. Like let's just leave it biologically, right?
Mm-hmm.
Biologically, the female is a higher species than the male.
Okay.
Biologically.
Okay.
First of all, they carry the child.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think there's any man who can go through the pain threshold of childbirth.
Yeah.
Yes. So biologically, they're even. I mean, the woman matures more faster than the guy. You see a 13-year-old woman, a 13-year-old man. The 13-year-old woman is more mature than the 13-year-old man. It just shows you. Even let's go to animal kingdom. The women are the ones who hunt.
Okay, so I've always wanted to know, like, your name is Mofe Duncan, right? And I wanted to know if the fact that you share a name with another legend in the industry, the person RFD, I wanted to know if that was a factor in choosing your career path. If you felt like, okay, you know what, if somebody with my name can be doing this well in the industry, does that mean I too can do well?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, I had no intention of being an actor. I think growing up, I never said I was going to be an actor. I literally walked into it.
Okay.
A lot of fans who have heard me say this about is literally I was in engineering Unilag, and I was heading to my lecture, and I saw a friend of mine talking to some guy, and I just ran to her and like, hey, normal body things.
Okay.
And all I heard was, get out of filming, get out from there, go away from there. And the director was like, it was a long shot. The camera was way down there. I'm like, we're filming, go away from there. I'm like, sorry. And I stayed back until the scene was done, and stayed back and watched them work a little bit. And the director is like, oh, you are the boy that wants to spoil our shot, I guess. I'm so sorry, yo. And he's like, can you act? I'm like, wow, my whole life is a movie. Let's go.
I like that.
Absolutely.
Okay, so that's how you just got into the game.
Yeah, that's how I got my first gig, basically, and that was at Joe Paradise.
Oh, okay.
From there, it's just been referral after referral, and it's been a bit of a good career.
But did you say Edge of Paradise?
Mm-hmm.
That's the TV series. I'm trying to remember the theme song. Something Edge of Paradise. Oh, oh wow, that's amazing.
Yeah,
that's amazing. That was amazing. That's where, yeah, thereabouts. I think that's where we first saw Joseph Benjamin. I think so.
Absolutely. So yes, that was it. So Joseph Benjamin played the main character, Adora.
He was her boyfriend or her neighbor.
Her boyfriend in season 1.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay,
well, it was like season 1, and then I became my boyfriend in season 2.
Oh, okay. So basically, Dora she had an eye for hunks, huh?
Well.
Okay. So congratulations on turning 37, man. I feel personally,
so much, man.
I feel like any birthday is an achievement that should be celebrated. You understand? Some people tell you, it's not a major year. It's not, madam. I don't care. The fact that you're alive to see it, man, it's good.
I absolutely agree.
Okay.
And ever since I turned 35, I've been seeing my life as chapters.
Okay.
So that way, it kind of puts you in perspective. So when you end a new chapter, you're like, great. So what was that about? What happened there? How can I change that?
Yes, I agree with you, man. So so
especially with.
No, you were saying something. Oh, okay. So I was going to say, as an almost 40-year-old man, you're almost 40 years old, and I like the fact that you said you see your life as chapters. So looking back, do you have any regrets? Like, I know as a human being, we all have stuff that we wish we could have done better. But let me ask you now, perhaps in your professional or any other part of your life, do you have any regrets?
Absolutely. I think anybody who doesn't have regrets hasn't hasn't gone through a life-changing ordeal or hasn't learned anything from the past. I think we all have regrets, but how we deal with them is what is important. You know, I think regrets are there to give us the experience we need should we encounter a similar experience, or, you know, it's just there for thought. But I don't advise any man to sit down and wallow in his regrets. Oh, what could have been? No, because I'm a kind of person that, you know, I believe very strongly in God and the universe, and I believe that if things happen, they happen for a reason. So whatever it is, if something bad happens to you, there must be a reason why that happened to you, and you have to find it. That way, you can deal with the entire chaos that is happening to you as a whole. You know what I mean? In my life, in my career, I think one of the regrets I have is probably not jumping in as when I had the chance to.
Oh, okay.
I had the chance to really jump into it. Like after 2006, I was getting a lot of gigs and stuff, and I jumped off for almost 4 years. I didn't do any production, film-wise, anything. I was focusing more on my photography and my modeling and my, you know, I was doing more TV commercials and billboards. Aside, you know, I was supposed to acting.
Yeah.
So at that point in time, a lot of my colleagues, you know, Uti, Brian, Alex, were all like gunning it ahead, you know, and of course, right now they're all major names in the industry. You know, I mean, I started before Alex Kubo, and you know, he's done so well. You know what I mean? And I just feel like if I was, you know, with that team of that group of people who started together, you know, it would have. I mean, I probably would have been much. I'd have probably had my own Nollywood movie by now. But I think that's pretty much it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I've done 14 years in the industry, so of course I have some regrets. I've lost some good jobs because, you know, I wasn't around. I had to travel and things like that. You know, so pretty much it. Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's very interesting. That's very interesting. But I like the fact 14 years is not child's play, man. You understand?
It's not a joke, bro.
It's not a joke at all. No matter how you want to think about it. At least you're treading forward now. You're moving forward. Okay. So now, many people seem to think that Nollywood has come of age. I hear that statement a lot. Do you understand that Nollywood has come of age? Come of age, perhaps as a result of the major moves that have been made. Do you understand that? For example, the entrance of Netflix into the industry, and the fact that films, people from the industry, we are beginning to see them being invited to the international organizations abroad. You understand? So do you agree? Do you agree that we have come of age, or do you think a lot of work still needs to be done?
Oh, absolutely. I still believe that a lot of work needs to be done. I think that we're heading in the right direction.
Okay.
I would like to also advise that we don't get distracted by the whole idea of Netflix. You know, it's a good thing, but then again, took too long. You get what I'm saying? Like Netflix had been in like places like Colombia and Brazil and South Africa way before Nigeria. So clearly there is a market for it. But to be honest, Netflix is one of the biggest, you know, aside from Amazon Prime and the other streaming apps. So first of all, it took too long for us to be recognized by Netflix as, you know what I'm saying. And that is because our industry, you know, hasn't really, you know, like, we've done stuff, but there's still a lot of lapses. I think there's a lot of talent out there. I think there are lots of good writers out there. Just I'm the same, but we're too caught up with creating a movie that has 10 to 15 known faces in there. So we're more concerned about marketing the film than actually processing the story of the film. And this is the threat that I think that might be the distraction of Netflix. So I do believe that, yes, we're heading in the right direction. Nollywood has come far. You know, we've done so much. Our movies are getting better equipment-wise. You know, I mean, come on, we're on Netflix now, so that's a big shot.
That's a big deal.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's a big shot. It's a big deal, and quite frankly, we need to expand to other things. You know, I remember one of the series, Son of the Caliphate, was on Amazon Prime first before it came on Netflix, and I was yelling about this thing almost 2 years ago that we're on Amazon Prime, but nobody answered us until we hit Netflix.
Wow.
And everybody's like, you know, and Netflix is not even the biggest in America. I think Amazon Prime is the biggest in America.
Yeah.
Netflix is more of a European thing, but I may be wrong. My point is that, you know, Amazon Prime had been already buying our movies, but nobody ever yelled about it. But when Netflix dropped now, we're like, yes,
everybody's
arrived,
now
so.
like. So basically, this has been in the works. Like the recognition of Nollywood has been in the works way before the entrance of Netflix or anything.
Absolutely. I'll tell you a story. When I was in England, I sat with a guy who's has got a PhD in script writing. He's Italian.
Wait, sorry, hold on. Before you continue, you can go on. You can you have a PhD in. I don't understand. You could do like an educational. Oh wow.
I'm telling you, I've never heard that before. He has a PhD in script writing. He's he's a full doctorate guy.
Wow.
So I already put my mind I just had to sit down with him. We're having a beer at one of the pubs and we're talking about Nollywood. And he says Nollywood is a case study. So in doing his courses, he brings up Nollywood as a case study because all over the world, they cannot understand the volume of movies that we churn out every week.
Okay.
We churn out crazy amounts of movies every week. Asaba, Yoruba, it's the third largest movie industry in the world. So you have Hollywood, Bollywood, and Nollywood. We're even bigger than the British film industry in terms of volume. Yeah. But in terms of quality, we're not that quite there yet. I mean, see what the Indians are doing with Z World and telenovelas and all that stuff. Like their pictures are beautiful. Their storyline. Acting might not be very great, but at least they're making that. I mean, they're making that effort. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So when I sat with him, he said that our major problem is that we have the mentality of shooting films. We don't have the mentality of making movies.
We have the mentality of shooting films, but we don't have the mentality of making movies. Okay.
Do you understand? So I said, what does he mean by that?
Okay. Continue, please.
So he said, because he came to Nigeria. He came to Nigeria to understudy for 3 months. I said to see how it is and stuff. And it says Nigeria just shoot it like that. So we're not shooting films. We're not making movies. We're not creating movies whereby we're engaging in a certain way. We're just shooting films. And he says, no, I shouldn't be insulted. I said, no, I'm not insulted at all. It's just that, it makes sense. How. There's an idea to what he's saying because we're just shooting films. We're just let's just shoot it. Somebody has come with an entire beautiful script because it cannot be achieved by the director or by funding or cast or whatever. Let's just shoot it like this.
Let's just get it to the market.
Let's just get it to the market. The writer had written that the husband and wife have a baby. There's no baby. Remove the baby, which means that almost 17 scenes in the movie are already scrapped out because there's no baby to use. You know what I'm saying? But quite frankly, we don't have so we don't have the patience and the funding to make movies. I mean, we shoot movies here 6-7 days. 10 is too much. Nobody would even hire you for 10 days at this point in time unless they're making like a cinema film.
Yeah, I get you, and I totally understand. I know people that are watching will, to some extent, they will get what you're saying. Okay, so let's move on. So I think you mentioned recently, I can't remember where you did, but I know you mentioned recently that you stated that you were a feminist. Do you understand? And that particular term or that particular word has been I think that Nigerians are just getting to understand or know what it is. Do you understand? A lot of yet coming to terms with what it means. So could you explain further, or better, let me put it this way. Do you agree that women in Nigeria are marginalized?
I absolutely agree. I mean, of course, like I'm talking to a feminist and people mistake the word feminist for womanizer. No, there's a difference. You know what I mean? Feminist is that you embody women, you agree to them being leaders, you agree to them, things like that. I mean, come on, I have 5 sisters, I've got a dozen cousins that are female. So growing up, it was, women all around, which also naturally makes you protective of women. You care for them, you respect them. That makes you a feminist. You hear what they say, you are sensitive to their issues, I mean, even till now, I can't just see woman crying and not say, oh wow, what happened? It's just a natural thing for me.
Oh, okay.
So I believe that women are marginalized because, come on, someone put a post up 2 days ago and listed the countries that are still suffering with COVID. All their presidents are male. countries that have had clear COVID, all the presidents are female. Germany, Iceland, Finland, Norway, Sweden, all the presidents who have female presidents have no cases of COVID. All the males are the ones suffering Trump, Boris, things like that. So everyone puts you.
All the names. I wanted to guess the name you are going to call after Boris.
I don't want call him my beg. I don't want.
Oh my God.
You're in trouble.
Okay.
I'm not calling that.
Okay,
I just fold my bed.
Oh my God. Okay.
But yeah, I do believe that, I mean, even I say it in passing, I'm like, I want my first 2 kids to be women because I've seen the importance of having a woman as a squad leader. I have, in my family, the first 4 are girls, so you can imagine.
Oh, wow.
And
so you're the last one?
I'm the last, though.
Hey!
I'm an older brother.
Oh, okay.
I'm the last and I'm the biggest.
Are you serious? Wow. Well, you're related to Matilda, right?
She's my direct older sister.
Oh, she's your direct older sister. Oh, that's nice. Matilda is very nice.
Yeah.
I lived in Abuja for a while, so I used to work with leadership newspaper. So I used to meet Matilda at events and everything. And I doubt if you can.
Events. Yeah.
I can't remember the events we were in, and she saw me, and we were just talking. And the next thing, she carried me and put me on her lap. Till today, I still don't understand what happened. We were just, and I was like, but I knew she's a very nice person. She's a very, very nice lady.
Yeah, that's my sister for you. She's
that's really nice. Okay,
so I'm the last one.
Yeah. So I hear all you said about women and the issues they face in this country. And on a personal note, I always feel like we can do better. Do you understand? There's a lot of unlearning.
Absolutely.
There's a lot of unlearning that needs to be done, with the men and everything. You understand? We on social media, on Twitter, we can still come around and say, okay, we are learning every day. Do you understand? The ladies tell us this is what we used to do in the past that made no sense. But the guys on the street still do not know that these things are wrong. They still do it every day. So that's why I said,
yeah, absolutely.
We have a lot of learning to do.
Absolutely. And, the thing is that, like, I don't even want to go biblical or let me just leave it biologically. Like, let's just leave it biologically, right? Mm-hmm. Biologically, the female is a higher species than the male.
Okay.
Biologically.
Okay.
First of all, they carry the child. Mm-hmm. I don't think there's any man who can go through the pain threshold of childbirth.
Yeah.
Yes. So biologically, they're even. The woman matures more faster than the guy. You see a 13-year-old woman, a 13-year-old man. The 13-year-old woman is more mature than the 13-year-old man. It just shows you. Even let's go to animal kingdom. The women are the ones who hunt.
Yes.
The lion pack. The women are the ones who hunt. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
But the guy gets all the adulation.
Guy gets all the accurate. They get all, But I don't. They see them. Just chop the meat. Like say 9 pick and 9 points.
Do you know when I found out that stuff, man? I was so ashamed. I was like, so with all this gra now
you just show up as if say 9 points. 9 they coordinate with headphones. Yeah, go left. The bear is on the left.
Oh my God!
You just show up like a arrogant little man and just. So I believe, and I think that going forward, I'm going to be an advocate for more women rights, more women, recognition, like just in the workplace, say no to sexual harassment in the workplace. Women should have more say. Don't get me wrong. Do not get me wrong when I'm saying this, even though it's on television. I'm saying this. Some women have scoring. Yes,
of course.
I agreed.
Of course.
I agreed. Some women you just can't deal with. Absolutely, you just can't deal with them. But that's fine. We shouldn't same with guys. Some guys will have scoring.
Yeah.
So exactly. So my point is that, but I believe that women have a certain gift, certain mothering nature. They have the ability to multitask more than guys. Okay. You know what I mean? It's just a thing.
It's just a thing. I get you. Somebody saw that you were dating a white lady, and he said, Mofe don't tire for women, Nigerian women, wahala. Now I just carry his load, just go meet all them, just day. When they see that they enjoy themselves. Is this true? See the smile on your
Absolutely
face.
not.
Okay.
Like it was. See, the thing about it is that you see. Okay, let's dive into that a little bit, just a little bit. So, I have no issues with Nigerian women. As a matter of fact, quite frankly, to be honest, it's easier to relate with someone who's from your country because the person understands certain things. You know, they don't have to re-preach those things. You know, exactly. Now, for instance, now you know, I mean, my baby will walk into a place with elders and just like, I know.
Okay.
They'll not take that. You get me?
Yeah.
So all that you'd have to explain to her and preach to her and tell her, babe, when you get in there, just do what I do. You know, Nigerian man already understands all of that things. You know, the soups, the guests, things like that. But my answer to that when people ask me is that, you know, we like what we like, and I have a certain wiring for white people, and it's not even a thing. Like, it wasn't a decision that I even went out to look for.
Okay.
No, I didn't. You know.
Okay.
At the point where I even met, you know, the girl I'm dating, like, I was not in any way, shape, or form ready for a relationship. I had just been on the brink of my divorce. You know, my marriage had just ended. You know, so my mind was not even there at all. As a matter of fact, the day that I met her, I was grossly depressed because I had just done a wedding in Paris.
Okay. On the
25th, and I was the MC at the wedding, and the wedding itself depressed me because that was the first wedding I was doing after I left. You know, the whole thing. So I was MC and I didn't believe anything I was saying to the couple. I didn't believe, oh, love is a beautiful thing, or you guys. I didn't believe any of that. So days after that, I was completely, utterly black hole. I was just like, God damn it, more like, you know what I mean? And, you know, I met her, and to be honest, we didn't start dating until much later. We just talk every day, and we try to just talk. It's like my phone, you know, at least somebody who's, you know what I mean? I'm from the occasional, yeah, okay, so I'll talk to you later, to the, you better call me back, you know, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Exactly. So it wasn't like I picked her. I know that my ex was mixed race. Mixed race, not was.
Oh, okay.
Life, so it's mixed race, but you know, her mother is from Benin, so that's still pretty much Naija. You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
She's very strong. Absolutely.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But it has really nothing to do with that. I think what it is, I like challenges. I like languages. I like learning new cultures. I think that's really the, you know, apart from
the basis of everything.
Yeah, you know, and quite frankly, I mean, aside the fact that she's an amazing person, you know, it's just that, you know, right now she's teaching me German.
Oh,
you know,
okay.
So, yeah, it has nothing to do with the Nigerian fact. Because, like, to be honest, it's easier, you know, to
just
date someone who, at least, you don't have to have all those issues of culture clash and all those things. You know, it might just be safer, you know, but I mean, normal is boring now. Normal is boring.
I get you. So I have less than 5 minutes. Okay, so I hear you say all these things about, you know, you talked about your partner, the fact that you didn't go out of your way consciously to date who you're dating now. Which is another thing I noticed is the fact that you and your ex-wife seem to be really cool with each other. Do you understand? This is not something that we see every day, especially when it comes to people in the public eye, celebrities and everything. So as quickly as possible, how did you guys come to that conclusion? You know, in this social media age where if your ex-wife, or if not you now, but
absolutely,
do you understand? How did you guys come to that conclusion?
I absolutely agree, and that's you're the first person to ever ask me that.
Oh, okay.
You know, the thing about it is that, you see, my ex and I, there was no animosity when we split. There was no, you did this, you did that, you know. And quite frankly, you know, the one thing that we did was we didn't answer anybody, even mostly who wasn't like a close-knit family.
Okay.
You know, your mom, your brother, sisters. So social media, we didn't answer any questions. We didn't say anything. There's nothing online that you can say, oh, he did this and she did that.
Yeah.
And that's what people can't understand. They're waiting for blood. They've been waiting for blood and gore for the past 3 years. Like, guys, it's been 3 years. Let it go. You know what I mean? Like, they're waiting for, I say, he did something. I'm not saying, she did something. And then it becomes a case of, I don't want to call names.
Yeah.
And I know what they're thinking, but I'm not going to call names. So we had a conversation about it, and we said, look, you know, you were my friend before we got married, and quite frankly, I don't think there's any, I mean, without disrespecting new relationships, you know, because I'm not going to go on my way to respect who I'm with now because, you know, but I'm sorry, but I married you, and, you know, if tomorrow now God says, son, gave this woman your left leg, I'm not going to argue now. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to argue.
Yeah. So basically,
I'd rather. And quite frankly, I'm not the kind of person to keep malice. I don't like malice because it causes anxiety. So we're cool. You know, I mean, this is cool. You know, I'm cool too. And my girlfriend, you know, she's aware. And it's not like this and I talk every day and things like that. But you know,
so you guys basically, you guys are cool.
We're cool. There's no beef. And that's what people are waiting for.
I get you. Yeah, I get you.
Our enemies.
Okay, so Mofe, just sorry, man. Sorry. Quickly talk to me about what you're working on at the moment. You know, I have like 2 more minutes to talk to me about what you're talking about.
Perfect. Okay. So I just jumped off Halita project. We just finished that last weekend. Right now, I've got a couple of gigs. Post gigs I've been waiting for. You know, I want those ones that are supposed to happen during COVID.
Yeah.
But personally for me, I'm trying to. You know, I had the idea of having an acting school for people.
Oh, okay.
And it's supposed to teach them, life lessons and also how to stay in Nollywood. So you're already going to be an actor. But of course, COVID happened, so I'm trying to revamp that. That's one of the projects I'm trying to revamp that, see how I can do it online.
Okay.
You know, and have it done online so people can actually learn and, you know, it can impact, because there are a lot of talents out there. They just don't know how to use it or where to impact it and things like that. So right now, personally, for my own personal project is my acting school I'm working on.
Oh, okay.
But side projects are I have like 2 or 3 gigs in Lagos I'm going to fly out to do and things like that.
Okay. So basically, you should just keep up with Mofe Duncan.
Absolutely. I think that, you know, I'm in a position whereby I should be able to give back.
Okay. All right, Mofe, thank you very much for speaking to me, man.